don't get ratings.
Insecure most.
MK1 Homelander is officially here, and if you know, you know. You've seen The Boys, you know exactly why everybody is overly hyped for Homelander. They had the gameplay trailer showing, and the mechanics look fresh again. This is gonna be a guest character. You see the laser, so there's a lot of essences of zoning. So I know a lot of people are either gonna love and hate that, depending on who you are. If you love Omni-Man and Peacemaker, you're definitely gonna love Homelander. It just looks insane, everything that he does. The Boys, I didn't understand the Homelander hype when it first was announced in Combat Pack 1, like in the beginning, like way back when MK dropped in October. And it's crazy it's been that long, by the way, right? It's been since October. But when Combat Pack 1 was announced and I saw Homelander, I never had seen The Boys up until that point. And then in recent times, I have seen The Boys. I watched Gen V now. I'm caught up with everything. And I'm just so excited for season 4 of The Boys coming around in like 2 weeks, man. So again, that's going to be insane. A great way to market The Boys, but also a great way to introduce Homelander. Homelander mindset, I feel, really fits with Mortal Kombat, especially the guest characters are good this time around. The guest characters are really good. I have no issues with the guest characters. It's been the overall delivery of the game in totality, and also the fighting mechanics and what everything, depending on what's been nerfed and things that need to be sped up, and too much characters relying just on like cameos for the overall aspect, which is still a solid idea. It's newer, but again, we're maybe within like a few months, I think everything will start really going in. Hopefully this patch helps out, because that Ermac patch helps speed up things, right? Things been trying to speed up slowly since like the Chameleon launch. So after the Chameleon launch cameo, it speeds up the game. Now everybody's been kind of getting sped up a little bit more. The patches have been happening, a little bit of buffs. So hopefully we can continuously get that, not just focusing too much on the balances, but focus more on just like really getting these characters sped up, a little bit more broken in certain essentials, a lot more ambushes and stuff. We all know how that goes. It's a conversation that every Mortal Kombat fan does talk about. Homelander in totality, hopefully this update does bring a lot, because what he brings is through the roof. Again, this is going to be probably the most hype that Mortal Kombat has had in a long time. Ermac was great for the culture. Homelander is great for mainstream, right? Those are some bars right there. I really enjoy saying that, because Ermac is going to fulfill those that really hone the MK aspect of like just full on competitive culture, lore, all that stuff. Homelander is going to bring mainstream that love the boys, that just imagine being a huge fan of Homelander and just seeing him in a video game like this. You know, it's the same thing what they did with way back then, from Freddy Krueger, Kratos, Jason, Leatherface, and just all this stuff. So it is great for just a mainstream to come check this out. And I know, again, his attitude, his persona, his delivery, we all know what's happening with the likeliness and the voice acting. I feel that that's not really gonna, I don't think that's gonna bother me as much. I think it sounded okay, especially in the trailer, the reaction, at least the way his voice sounded. It sounded incredible to me. I didn't think it was really harsh. Some people might be overly critical about it and overly critical about some of the gameplay of Homelander, but I'm looking and I'm standing back in a mainstream facet where it's like, hell yeah, and Homelander is gonna be next level. You can see that. You see Farrah in the trailer, you see the combos. Just in his he says like one thing that's really, really cool. He talks about that'll be great for ratings, and it's so funny and it's so ironic, because I'm sure MK threw that sound in there to help with the game, especially like to bring up, you know, viewership towards the game, bring awareness back to the game and those capabilities, but also because he says that in The Boys, and that's what The Boys is all about. Again, I'm not going to spoil what The Boys essentially is, but when you watch it, you'll understand some of the references that they do, and at least from a delivery standpoint, like the airplane, the ratings aspect, and then you also see the laser, and then you see the milk. If you don't understand the milk still, it's because you have to watch The Boys, and so just do it. It doesn't take too long. I did binge watch it a few days, and I was able to get through it. So if you do have time, watch that. It is well worth it. Again, he deserves all the hype. This has to be the best character release, at least in this combat pack, in my opinion. Again, I know Ermac was dope. I know that Takeda is going to be cool for real grimy culture, and Ermac was great for grimy MK culture. But I feel that since a lot of these characters like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are not as mainstream hype this time around on this release, Johnny Cage has been holding ground on that. That Homelander is definitely gonna have that capability to just, there's gonna be Homelanders everywhere. When Omni-Man first came out, it was incredible, right? We all know how that goes, Invincible. But again, we haven't seen a IRL of that, right? And then when you saw Peacemaker made a lot of noise. Peacemaker, man, was See, Peacemaker previously was my favorite one because I had saw the Peacemaker show and they did so great with John Cena in there. I know people hate him in terms of gameplay, but I love him in terms of delivery, character persona, and just everything. The movesets, everything is down to the T. And then I saw the boys and I was like, oh snap, I think Homelander might possibly be my favorite one. So these two characters are just so smart on their end, such a combat pack, but again, is the gameplay, are the updates gonna live up to these hype? We have to wait and see. But overall, this is so great for just marketing, viewership, mainstream, at least for watching and spectating. When you spectate these games, at least because when you saw Combo Breaker this past, it was a professional tournament. The spectating is what we really enjoy most with these games, especially if we're trying to put fighting games way more on a map like the way Call of Duty is in Fortnite. If you want fighting games to not be niche, it's not essentially watering down the games, but it's just leveling the gameplay and bringing the exact type of characters that are fun to really watch. Tekken 8 was incredible to watch at Combo Breaker from a spectating view due to how aggressive it was, due to all the VFX, how vibrant it was. And so Mortal Kombat, if they can really up it up to that type of gameplay, like back to their MKX style, this helps with spectators and casuals and people just staying around and enjoying it, more VFX and doing just everything that looks great. But for overall delivery, it looks nice. You know, a lot of the great stuff that Homelander does do, I'm down with it. Have y'all checked out the trailer yet? Have you, I mean, are you excited for Homelander? Do you have the combat pack? Are you going to buy them separate? Are you excited for the boys coming around? I'm excited for that. I can't wait for that. Have you seen it? Do you know what's going down? What are your agreements? What don't you like? Let me know in the comments below, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace.